Oh my God, it is super hot here. Just Prince TV, man, coming at you with another one. So, I find it funny that we got a lot of people on YouTube that want to be experts, right? They want to claim that they know everything, right? And then they want to preach equality. Well, guess what? In this world that we live in, there is no such a thing as equality. I'm a black man that's on YouTube, right? You think I get the same coverage as a white guy on YouTube that probably covers the same topics that I cover, that talk about the same things that I talk about? A white guy could actually steal my culture, talk about it, and probably get more views from it just from the simple fact that he's white and he's talking about something that mainly predominantly dominant by black people. But just because he's different and he's talking about my culture, people tend to view that more sometimes. And that's the funny part, because that guy don't know shit from a hole in the wall about my culture or what it is to be black or wake up every morning to be black. He don't know nothing about the black experience. He don't live in the projects. He don't live in the hood. He don't know what real hip hop is. He will always be a guest to my culture. But the funny part about it is, a lot of them, rather they're Asian, white, and this is no disrespect to other races, but you guys tend to stick your nose in a lot of black people business, the black experience, but you don't know much about it, right? But if I was to stick my nose in Asian business, white business, you would look at me as if I'm a stupid Negro and I had no business to be talking about your topics or your culture. So why the fuck you get a free pass to talk about my culture? All right? We got to understand that there's limits to how this shit goes. If I'm a guest to your culture, then you a guest to my culture. But we can all come together and learn from each other. Even when they feed you these bullshit statistics, you got a lot of people on YouTube that try to downgrade black women. That seems to be a common theme, right? You know, some of it is coming from black people themselves. But that's another story here and there. They're really just trying to wake the black community up. But when you got white people talking on black women, first of all, white women would never understand the struggles of a black woman, period. Then she say stupid shit like, well, 60% of marriages end in divorce for financial reasons. Well, bitch, if you're going to go on the flip side and say most black women don't get married, okay, they're the least married race in America, then guess what? By default, that means black men are the least married group of men in the United States. Because last time I checked, most black men marry black women. Even when they're successful, they still marry black women from a majority of the time. A black guy dating somebody from another race or marrying somebody from another race is still taboo. It is not as common as you think it is. All right? Even the rich ones, the Jay-Z's. Kanye West was married to a black woman at one point. You know, everybody's successful if they black. They were dealing with people in their own race anyway. All right? So, those statistics, you have to ask yourself, every statistic or every stat comes with another stat within it. All right? So, even if it is true that 60% of marriages end in divorce, that's not amongst black people. That's not amongst Latino people. That's mainly amongst the majority of people that live in the United States. And that happens to be white people. So the white experience don't equal the black experience, right? I know for a fact there's a lot of Latinos that don't give a fuck about marriage, you know? They live together, but they're not legally married. They got kids and a family together, but they're not legally married, you know? According to those statistics, Latinos are the most promiscuous ethnic group in the world. Blacks follow second. So our values on relationships are completely different from values of white people in relationships. All right? The experiences is different. And if you're going to marry outside the race, you should at least know what you're getting and respect each other's culture, right? That's how it comes down to. So I'm not telling you who to bang with, who to mess with. That's your own personal business. I personally don't care who the fuck somebody fucks with. But my point is, until we can learn to start respecting other people's culture, let's stop being culture vultures and stealing other people's culture and claim it as theirs when it's really not. All right? Because you don't see me walking around claiming to be Chinese. You don't see me walking around claiming to be Italian, right? I ain't trying to steal none of y'all culture. I can respect it, but at the same time, I know there's limits to me and your culture. So you should do me the favor of knowing that there's limits to my culture and you coming into it. All right? You are not from the hood. You are invited to the hood. All right? So all you YouTubers that want to talk that hip hop shit, and then you know about my culture more than me, sit your ass down. I'm from Queensbridge, New York, nigga. Nature, Comega, Component Noriega, Nas, Mob Deep. Come from my block, my hood. All right? If anybody valid to talk about fucking hip hop, it's me. And nobody's gonna tell me what and not to say about my own damn culture. You would never silence me on that. Just Prince TV out. Peace.